Good evening, folks. We're a little late. We apologize for that. Of course, it's my fault as usual. But, well, we don't have a whole lot to talk about pulling wise. We got Kendra with us tonight. And, Kendra, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right. I'm okay.
Flustered.
No, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
uh, but we will have Joey Radel. I keep wanting to call him Joey Radio when I say that. Joey Radel coming on here shortly. I told him he didn't have to be prompt at 8 o'clock, but as soon as you get a chance to come on in and talk to us. And I kind of put a wrap on Snyder County's 2020 season, talk about their champions a little bit, and we will discuss. I got a video here. I'm gonna get started before I forget as usual. There we go. But we do have some stuff to talk about with the Generation Motorsports had a dirt drag this past Saturday. I will say I thought the crowd in attendance itself was pretty good. I was actually quite surprised how many people was across the track from me.
Yeah.
For it's really a new venue as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how many events they've had there. I know this is probably was Chet's first time there.
Yeah, this was actually only their second event. They
Okay.
had the event last weekend, which was the benefit pool, and then Chet's drag race last week. So very, very, very new venue.
Yeah, and I had a couple guys talk to me when we arrived there Saturday, working the gate there. They're part of the fire company. 2,500 plus at their first event at the pool. That's
Yeah,
a
that's what
lot of people.
there was a newspaper article that said they raised like
Yeah,
$15,000 for that
it's
family, which is
awesome.
incredible.
It's awesome. I don't know the exact head count that they had there for the drag race. Hello, everybody. Justin Latour, Jacob Rigolo, Scott H. We appreciate you joining in. I know there's some others in there, but feel free to chime in and ask a question anytime, guys. It's no different than maybe text messaging somebody or just hitting messenger on Facebook or whatever. It's just a simple chat. Nobody's going to yell at you, and we'll gladly answer your questions. And we appreciate you joining us and supporting us. You know, it's the show number 30, so we're getting up. We're starting to climb.
Yeah.
But we like, subscribe, share, give us thumbs up. We appreciate that, and it really looks good. YouTube loves it, so they're happy, we're happy, and if we're happy, everybody's gonna be happy. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was roughly 20 trucks showed up. He was expecting a lot more, but I'm
Yeah, we're there. So there was an event down in Virginia Beach, I think they said.
okay.
I forget what the event was called, but it was a big diesel truck event. We don't know if more people went down there than we were expecting. Um, but I think they made the best of it by doing the losers bracket and all that kind of stuff, making
Yeah,
it double.
double eliminations. Yeah,
Hmm.
it really worked out pretty good. I went through. Actually, you'll see here shortly on the video playing on the screen. I put together a little promo for the upcoming DVD slash YouTube video to be coming out on the event, and pretty good deal. Cindy, I had Cindy at the starting line filming for her very first time. I wish I had her standing up now, but she was sitting down. But that's just something you learn. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. You still get to see the Christmas tree and all the takeoffs. So I was only going to use a couple clips, but after making that promo video using her angle and then quickly fading over into mine coming at me, that's pretty cool stuff. So
Yeah, I like that you can see the lasers, like as they're
yeah,
cutting
yeah,
through 'em.
exactly. And that was not.
It really shows how his light
I'm
works.
telling you. And the only thing that aggravated me was there's a little bit of a light flare, lens flare from the light
Yeah.
that was just at the perfect angle.
Hmm.
But it's neat in one aspect, but I wish I'd have seen it.
Yeah.
But when I was down there helping her, uh, it was during practice. They actually ran a practice session. Everybody had one shot at the tree to just make a run. So I sat with her for about 2 or 3 trucks, I think it was, and then once I'm gone down there and they start, that's where I got to stay. I can't,
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to run back and forth. I was 350 feet away, so. But yeah, it was really good. It's going to make a nice video, I think, and Chet will be happy. And Chet's out of town, and we'd have had him on tonight just to go over some things. But That's okay. We got, like I say, we're waiting on Joey. Joey Radel's going to come in, and we'll talk about some Snyder County stuff. But I will give away the winner, the overall winner of the drag race. I got to look his first name up here. I know the last name.
Steve Seiler.
Steve Seiler, because he's from Williamsport, so you know him, I'm sure. But.
Yep. He actually worked for us on the farm for many, many, many years.
Okay.
So, yeah, we pretty much grew up together from like 15 on. So.
Okay. Well, there you go, Steve Seiler. Congratulations. Yeah. And that was $1,000 winner take all. So he got that $1,000 prize.
He owes me dinner now. As many meals as I took him in the field, he definitely owes me dinner now.
Oh boy. Steve, you either take her to dinner, or you better give her about a month's supply of Snickers bars, okay? So,
yeah. Exactly.
I've been warned, when the woman's hungry, you feed her. I've heard this for 15 shows almost now, so more than that, exactly. I guess. Yeah. You've been here since show 13, so.
There you go.
I've heard her mention several times about, the woman was hungry, they needed to feed me, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's taken me a lot of years to train the people that,
Sob Life 190, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We appreciate your comments like that. And we, man, I've been filming a long time, and blue satin napkins, that gets expensive.
That's that Fisherman's Inn or whatever there when you cross the Bay Bridge going to Easton.
Oh yes, yeah. Yep, I know which one it is.
We didn't stop there last year, but every year before then, we'd always leave early to make sure to stop there.
That's
and
awesome.
Davey didn't know I was a blue satin napkin kind of girl.
Surprise!
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna say Sob. I assume I'm pronouncing his name properly. But we actually we appreciate that. We have a lot of videos. I get a lot of requests, since the season is pretty much wrapped up here with a lot of other polling organizations. Everybody wants these 2020 videos on Facebook on YouTube right away. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to just pour them all out there at once and then have nothing for the rest of the winter as far as new stuff goes. I have a lot of older stuff. I do have some guys that will hit me with messages quite often for the nostalgia or the look back or whatever, if you want to call it. But flashback, I'm sorry, that's flashback videos. So I have tons of them that's going to be coming. So, but we want to keep the newer stuff as well coming. So I sent a message to John Smith, and I seen that there's a pool. Don't everybody get excited now, but there's a pool this Saturday at Easton, Maryland. 11 a.m. I'm pretty sure it's the Delmarva Antique Tractor Pullers that's going to be there. So we certainly will, so I appreciate it. And every day I shoot for every day, upload at least one video a day. So they'll be every day. So just subscribe and you'll get the notifications. Ring the bell actually you'll have to ring the bell to get the notifications. So, but yeah, we definitely will every day. Unless something happens, I can't get to it that particular day or whatever, we'll definitely hit it the very next day or late that night. So, but we definitely strive for every day. But anyway, with the Delmarva Tractor Pullers, now we got a lot of rain coming. I'm supposed to start tonight, but I don't think it's raining out here yet. I'm an hour and 20 minutes north of Easton, about an hour and 20 minutes, I guess. And I know 2 to 3 inches is what they're calling for here, and I know they're more susceptible to get more rain down there. So I got my fingers crossed that they'll be able to get that pool in, because those pits hold water and it gets muddy. They're not gonna. They'll just tear the grounds up. And they're not gonna have a pool. So best I can say is I will make sure somehow I get a hold of John Smith or watch their Facebook page. I think Delmarva Tractor Pullers has a Facebook page too, and I'm sure they'll have some information on there if it does get canceled. We'll get the word out on our Facebook pages. So, but hopefully, it's antique pullers. There's still some good running tractors in the classic classes and stuff, all of them. So, at this point, if there's a tractor pull and I can be there, I think I'm going to go. So, it's a good possibility I'll probably be in Easton, but I got my fingers crossed on this rain. So, they cost us an event 2 weeks ago there. And I'm sure that was really fixing to be a great event there. Jamie always does a good job there, and Howard and the crew. And they got, I think, a couple inches of rain. I think Howard called me and said they have to cancel because they'd spend more time pulling people out of the pit stuck, than actually pulling. So
yeah, that was not an easy decision for them to make.
Nah.
I will definitely say that. Jamie sounded completely defeated when he called me to let me know it was canceled. So
yeah, I was torn, but and I understand, so I got my fingers crossed. It doesn't rain as much as they say, but this is an incoming, I guess, Cat 1 hurricane when it's at least on the shore coming. So when it gets here, it's not going to be a hurricane, but there's supposed to be actually some gale force winds and a pretty good amount of rain coming. So we'll just have to wait and see, but hopefully they can get the pool in there. So, but
we should start trash talking that Joey Radel kid. I see he tried to sneak in here.
Oh, he did.
Without being heard. Yeah.
I see him. Okay.
Yeah.
I was quieter this time.
Damn kids. I was actually
to mute his phone first.
I was actually expecting him to come in whenever the opening music was playing, start talking.
Yeah.
That's fine. Joey, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How about you?
Ah, man. We had a rough season. I mean, we had a good season with you guys, but man, we sure lost a lot of pools, and now we've got an opportunity to get a couple straggler pools left over that we can go to, but Mother Nature's starting to make it difficult on us, so I'm trying to catch every little pool I can now. But what a year at Snyder County, man.
I think we proved this year a lot with our club.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
You definitely put your name on the map, that's for sure.
You bet.
I know I've had a lot of people comment throughout the whole summer and towards the end of the year with the way the season was. They were like, well, we were glad to see somebody could finally do something with a series, with putting pulls on and being successful this year. And I mean, we wanted to do everything we could. I know me, Matt, and DJ, we were doing everything we could to make a pool happen there when the whole governor changed things on us and all that stuff. So, I mean, everything I've heard was highly good about us, and that everyone can't wait to come back next year.
Yep.
That's great.
And the way the year went, a lot of the people said this was honestly their favorite year of polling too with us.
It kind of yeah, I can understand it because there's not the pressure of running point. I mean, you did have a point series for a few of your classes, but I think for most of them, because a lot of our guys for many years have ran points, and I mean when the summer gets busy, it gets busy. And I know Interstate's the same way, Kendra.
Yeah, exactly. That's
you guys
what
have
I was going to say. It was a relaxed season.
Yes, it was.
You weren't running hard. It was more fun. If you broke, you didn't have to worry about getting it fixed in the next 3 days. It was.
You said the B word.
What were your closest pulls? Like what date wise? Like how long?
Probably the closest was at least a week apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, in the summer, that's a long break.
Hell,
in a normal year.
Summer, we're used to having 4 or 5 hooks in 1 week.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I think that's what really, not that we all don't love pulling, not that we all don't love going to 3 different fairs in 1 week, but it is nice to have a season where it's just much more relaxed and only Saturday pulling.
Yeah, I think everyone loved that there wasn't so much weeknight pulling this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking East Coast are probably. I mean, we have some busy weeks, but by no means are we 2 and 3 nights a week. But there is 1 week at the end of July into August that we have Schuylkill Haven Fair, and then we'll have 11. If the dates fall properly, depending on the year, you have Schuylkill Haven on Tuesday. You'll have Lebanon on Wednesday, and then of course Thursday's an antique pool at my hometown fair here in Harford County, and then Friday and Saturday is scheduled East Coast events. So that's probably one of our busiest weeks. But I know some of you guys run 4 out of 5 nights, and that's just nuts. But it would be fun.
Yeah, with Interstate and Snyder County, there's multiple weeks where you can hit 5 pools in a week.
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
Well, I know it's like last year when me and Rick, we hit Hughesville Friday night, and then we hit 2 pools back to back Saturday. You had Saturday afternoon at New Media, and then went all the way down to Boonesboro. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. It was fun, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of running. But that's the name of the game. You know, if you don't break and you got the urge to go pool, man, there's plenty of places to go do it. On a regular season, we didn't have that ability in 2020, but hopefully after next week, I'm going to go there, guys. Okay, we get the right guy back in office, and we won't get closed down, and we turn the corner as he says we're doing. And 2021 is going to be a free year, so my fingers.
I really hope so.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Right now, we can start. We can start November 4th. I don't care. Let's go.
So you're going to say November 4th that Keystone Nationals are happening?
Well, I can't say that because y'all's governor up there. You know, that's all I'm going to say. And
hey, I didn't vote for him, so
I don't want to make this a political show, but I will say we made a decision this week, a couple days ago, for Keystone Nationals to have a meeting. We are going to wait. It's probably going to be another 2 weeks, I'm thinking, because I know one of the members can't be there on the 4th unless we meet on the 5th, which it's hard to say at this point. But I know within 2 weeks we're going to have the first meeting. So it actually was going to be tonight, but one of the members stepped up and made a good suggestion, and we agreed with it, and we're going to wait. So for obvious reasons, I'm not going to say why, but I think everybody knows why. But we're gonna have a meeting here, I'd say within 2 weeks, and I'll be coming on here and hopefully have some good news. So we'll see what happens.
And honestly, I think that's everything. With my job, we do a lot of work with government contractors, and we've been noticing nobody is returning any of our bids. And we asked them, like, point blank, are you guys waiting till after the election? And they told us their unofficial answer was yes. So
I didn't say that.
It's everybody.
I mean, it's anybody. It's a no-brainer. So I mean, because if the other guy gets in, pretty obvious what they're going to do. So they're going to be shutting people down.
We won't have a polling season next year.
It's doesn't look too promising. But I tell you, I don't want to get into playing favoritisms, or it's pretty obvious who I'm voting for if you follow me on Facebook. But I went to a rally Monday here in Lidditz. Unbelievable, man. I mean, the amount of people, and that was a small one according to the numbers I've seen the last 2 days. That it was at some of the other rallies. They were huge. So, come on. I don't listen to fake news, and I don't listen to polls. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
But that's social media for you.
Anyway, yeah. So Joey, let's get back to Snyder County, buddy. How many? I know we kind of sort of went over this before, or Kendra did, but whenever we read off the results for the last event of the season for you, let's discuss your champions. And you added a extra class or 2, I think it was, for a points championship this year.
So we had our 4 points classes, actually just 4 that we've been running for the past 3 years now. Next year, well, we actually have a meeting coming up next weekend. So obviously after election to start planning for 2021. There might be some new things coming. There might be some changes happening. But that's what meetings are for. So
that's right.
But like Kendra said, last week or 2 weeks ago, you want me to? I can just read off our list here because I don't think I had it posted that you guys read off of how everyone finished.
We had the pool results, so we didn't have points results.
Yeah.
Right, correct.
Yeah, I'll just read off the points results then.
There you go. That's what we're looking for, buddy.
So I'll start with farm stock, obviously, first, because that's always the first class it seems to be. So we had 11 guys in the class. Finishing 11th was Ethan Peck. Obviously, he only pulled 3 times this season because he had some major motor problems there at the very beginning of the season. That's why we didn't see him all year.
But let's take a second and discuss that tractor at the final show. Wow. To come out and grab the win, yeah.
That's what happens when you get an old Johnny Foreman motor in there and have some Moore's little help there.
I was going to say, I remember the tractor earlier in the year, and then he made his pass. I was there Friday night filming, and I like, wow, that tractor, what the world? And I took the camera and I glanced back in the camera and I seen that Moore Motorsports sticker on it. I said, okay, so I don't remember seeing that before, but maybe it was. I don't know. But anyway,
now he's been working with ever since he got that tractor put together. I know he was really trying to get it back together for our September pull, never got it back. He finally put it all together, had it together for Beaver Fair, pulled in some of the pace classes and the 12-mile-an-hour class to see how it would run, ran really good. Couldn't make it to West End, and then he finally got to come down and try it with an open speed. So it ran really well, and he likes it. He can't wait for next year now.
Good, very good. Didn't mean to interrupt you, so go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Finishing 10th was Dan Mudrick. 9th was Rick Shirey. 8th was Mason Sedal. 7th was Clint Ulrich. 6th was Charlie Marks. 5th, Steve Mudrick. 4th was Ty Browninger, which we actually had a tie between Ty and Steve for 4th at 292. But since Ty had a win over top of Steve, he claims the number 4 spot. 3rd was DJ with 294. 2nd was Matt Sedal at 302, and then first place was Caitlin Hauk at 326. Who was your points champion?
And how many wins did she have?
She had 3 on the season. Okay. They had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 hooks.
Okay. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yep.
That's they usually have about 10 hooks in a season, but with some of the places getting canceled. All right. So we'll go to the 2.6 smoothbore class. We had only 7 in it. It was with it being a transition year, and with the year that it was, I think it kind of gave some of the truck guys an off year to kind of get their trucks built how they want it for 2021. So I think that's why we saw a little decrease in the numbers. But we always had averaged 17 to 18 2.5, 2.6 trucks in the class all year long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, for as big of a turnout as you guys had at every pool for that class, it's kind of surprising you didn't have more signed up for points.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll take the 7 that we got. It's better than only having 3 in it like our 3.0 class did.
Yeah.
But finishing 7th was Kurt Wortman with 42 points. Brandon Glasgow finishing 6th at 164. Luke Sauter at 184. Colin Zeckman at 346. Kyler Zeckman finishing 3rd at 368. Brandon Fink at 386, finishing 2nd. And then your points champion was Carson Stauffer with 388. Yeah. And the whole season, the battles between Carson and Brandon all year long is back and forth, flip-flopping.
Yeah, Carson, I've seen him pull a lot off and on at the Buck over the years and stuff. But I'll tell you what, man, he's got his stuff dialed in. Runs pretty good. I was very impressed. And that Luke Sauter, he drives a lot of miles. Coming up from Canandaigua,
New York.
Canandaigua, New York. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
He enjoys coming down. He likes it down. So he comes whenever he gets the chance to come down.
Yeah. Well, we had a guy for years, Bob Nagel, in modified four-wheel drive trucks, the show-off truck, coming from Sandy Hook, Connecticut. Every weekend, the modified four-wheel drives pulled for several years. Unfortunately, he lost his father, and of course that's more business, that him and his brother have to more business load they got to worry about, and it kind of cut his pulling miles down here last couple of years. But hopefully we get to see Bob back out some. But anyway, yeah, they travel a lot of miles. They love the pool. Next.
So the biggest class, and seems to be everyone's favorite class, is the hot stock class. So
Never
we
heard
had
of them.
Nope, I have never either.
They don't allow any case tractors in there, do they?
I don't think so.
I think they should be outlawed if they do.
Now, we had 17 signed up this year. Sadly, finishing 17th was Scott Trakowski. I heard he was signed up back in the wintertime there, was all ready to go, and I guess he was just waiting on getting his tractor together. He was planning on a season, and I guess I was told he's still waiting on his motor.
Okay.
Unless Kendra knows more about that than I do.
I do not.
Jeremy DeLuca's the man. He knows that.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Jeremy would definitely know that probably more so than me.
Finishing 16th was Mike Moreland at 63 points. Corey Eberhardt at 15th. 14th was Eli Zimmerman. 13th was Ray Belak on his 1256. 12th was Paul Richardson. 11th was Dave Daughtry. 10th was Lucas Criswell. 9th was Matt Hauk. 8th was Jeff Brininger. 7th, DJ Boop. 6th, Matt Sedal. And your top 5, Johnny Foreman, he had 418. 4th was Nick Morrison at 430. 3rd was Brad Kramer at 433. Jeremy DeLuca finishing 2nd at 434. And your points champion was Ray Belak on the Raging Red at 454.
And boy, did he have to work for it at the end, didn't he?
The top 5 were at a battle all year long.
And I just want to make a statement here. My case comment wasn't towards Jeremy DeLuca. I think Lucas knows I'm picking on him, but I just don't want Jeremy to think, what do you mean no case tractors?
Oh yeah, I was definitely picking on Lucas.
But no, actually, Jeremy, he was like at the beginning of the year, he was like 12th in points.
Yeah.
And came all the way back up to 2nd.
Yeah, that tractor has been a strong runner for years with his previous owner, and even now running just as strong as ever. So kudos, man. They had a total of 10. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say they had a total of 10 hooks this year.
Yeah.
And Ray won 3 of them, but he had to. Well, he broke there at West End in October, and obviously he hurt the motor, and he had to pull at our pool the following weekend if he wanted to win the points.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had to at least hook to the sled. If he didn't hook, he wasn't winning it.
And it wasn't like a tiny break. Like it was serious engine work he had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2 whole motors to rebuild.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Because he had a little bit of fire there Friday night, didn't he?
He had both times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire in an engine is never a good thing.
Yeah. I don't think it was anything major. I know the week before there at West End, it was just a little oil fire. It was easy to blow out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at the end of the track for that class, so I don't know what it was.
I talked to Nick Morrison about that. It built up a lot of compression back up through the blow-by tubes and stuff like that. That's what happened there. And then, of course, they reworked the engine and really broke it at the last pool there on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm tickled. All of them. It's a great class.
It is.
I don't know if it's feeding back on me. I'm too close to the mic or what. I keep hearing myself. It's probably what it is. But it's a fantastic class, and it's a nice mix of color too. Green, red, case, Oliver, and but to see Nick get in there with a 466 and hang in there and finish, 4th, that was Fantastic. Yes, I'm partial because he's a local guy here.
Yeah.
Well, your local guys, I know they really enjoyed it this year with us. They
Yes,
loved
absolutely, absolutely. Yep. They'll be back, I'm sure, and they can.
it. I'm sure we'll see quite a few more guys next year in the class. So hopefully it's a class that'll grow,
Yeah.
which it seems to be every year. So, and finally, the final class and the smallest class is 3.0 Limited Pro Trucks. Finishing third was Chuck Dutter at 284. Finishing second was Tyler Bagley at 332. And finishing first as your points champion, a back-to-back points champion, Justin Gordon at 398. And they had a total of 8 hooks this season.
Very good. But it always had, like y'all was saying, you always had several trucks. Just
We averaged probably at least 14 3.0
Yeah.
trucks at all of our pools at Selinsgrove.
and a lot of them were regulars. But it's beyond me why they didn't sign up for points and get a little something at the end of the year. I don't know. I guess they figured maybe they just couldn't make all the
I know
pools.
I talked with quite a few of them, and I know they were kind of bummed they didn't sign up because they didn't realize
Yeah.
that what we gave out at the end of the year. And I know we're going to work together this winter and try to plan something up for next year, and hopefully we can make the class even bigger next year.
Good.
So
Yeah.
Well, and let's
that's
be
what's cool.
real. In May, none of us had any idea what kind of season it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was so much uncertainty back in May. People were still really scared back then, and you know, it wasn't until August and September when people are like, "Okay, I'm over it. Let's go pulling." So,
Yep.
but
Joey's
get
got
that dog under control, man.
Joey's got some guests.
That's not my dog. That's DJ's dog.
But
My Wi-Fi sucks at my house, so I had to come here.
for some reason, I thought you had a point series for the Light Pro Super Farm tractors, but I don't. Right.
Well,
Must have dreamed that up.
We really talked about it, and no one ended up signing up. So we just kind of
Okay.
scratched and said, why have it if no one's going to sign up? Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, because what we tried to do was, since with Interstate not having a season and the guys always seem to like to have something to look forward to, we kind of wanted to help out in a way, and I guess it just didn't work like we wanted to. But I mean, we still had a hell of a number for that class every pool. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got some decent. We're watching the 6300 gas class now, gas 4-wheel drive trucks. Even when you offered that class, they had a decent amount in there too. Good running trucks. So
yeah,
It's-
we're I know a lot of the guys were worried about that class when we first did it, and I told them, I was like, hey, look, I talked to the guys. I've been talking to the guys for the past 2 years. I'm connected to them. I know what we're gonna get. Just trust me, believe me. And I think I proved myself with that class
Mhm.
to some of our board members. So, I mean, uh, I know the truck guys really like it there. They love coming there. And I mean, it's been a few years since they've been back here, and we've averaged, I think, 12 trucks every time we've had them. So,
yeah, I can't see why if a lot of those guys will support you, and get them some hooks. There's another points class. I'm sure that's ready to go. With a little work. So
yeah, and I know they've been wondering that too. They've been wondering if we could try to get something started. I mean, we're always looking for new things to do. I know, I think we could have like 7, 8 points classes next year if we really wanted to.
yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the people on board and getting them signed up, and it's a
I
lot
don't
of
think
work.
anywhere around the state is there even a point series for them unless you go all the way out to Full Pool Productions.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Tri-P has a 60. I do the website and their points. I should know. Of course, it's been an off year, but they have. I guess they call it Pro Stock DS. I can't remember, but they do have
Yeah,
a
that
6300
sounds right.
class. And then they also have another class. I can't remember. Pro mod. They have a pro mod 4-wheel drive class, which isn't those 63 guys, and then they also have a 6300 class. I think that's the weight. I won't say for sure, but anyway, it's those style trucks. Yes, Power Pulling Productions does run that class. So, but they are another one that had 0 hooks this year.
Mm-hmm.
0 hooks.
I know they were going anywhere they could almost.
Yeah, just I know some of them. Mark Petro, however you pronounce his last name. I know he was all the way down in Miller's Tavern, Virginia, at the Southern Showdown, and shootout, and did quite well down there as well. But that's a lot of miles to travel. But when you got no place to pull, that's what you got to do to go play. So.
Knowing me, if I could have had a pool every 2 weeks, I would have.
Well, we'd have been there. I guarantee you, we'd have been there.
I'm just not a millionaire, so I can't make it happen.
So you wouldn't be able to afford to take off work all those weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I took off work way too much this summer already.
Yeah. That's a lot of work to promote, man. You've seen it. It's not easy. But so what do you think for 2021, Joey? I know it's sticking your neck out on the line a little bit. Anything you think you guys would change or have to change, or of course, obviously we just spoke that there's a possibility for new points classes, but
yeah, I mean,
I think there's some rule changes coming. I know I heard in your farm stock there's some guys that's going to get those front skid bars put on because they're starting to get some pretty good ground speed now. So
I back when we did the farm stock rules, I think 2-3 years ago. So this is going to be a rule change year. We can change rules, update, do whatever we have to. We kind of tried to keep it together at the same time Interstate was, because of the guys pulling with both series. We didn't want to be,
right.
Oh, Interstate's this year, we're a year or 2 later, because that wouldn't make any sense. Because we want to kind of keep together.
Right.
But no, I know farm stock, when we first did the rules, when we updated the rules for the safety equipment, like now you see that they have the kill switches, the ROPS, the seat belt, the side shields and stuff like that. We came up with an idea that we either wanted to do a speed limit to keep it under control, or you had to have all the safety equipment. But now with what we're getting at, we're going to have to just keep adding the safety equipment to it.
Yes, definitely. What about, did you have a tire rule changing in the in your hot stock class? Was that passed or discussed, or what's the future of that?
Official.
Okay.
Like I said, everything is going to happen next week.
Okay.
I think it's November 5th or something like that. Next week we have an official meeting to go over everything that we want to do. Like I said earlier, the 2526 class, this was a transition year, so next year it will be 26 smoothbore only, and 30 is not going to change. That's going to be the same, because we go by mainly PPL rules for the truck classes, but we modified a little bit other than that. But now, main 2 classes we're looking at is just farm stock and hot stock this winter. Like I said, nothing's official yet, so we'll find out next week what the board and everyone thinks. And there's also opportunities that we could be adding more points classes, or who knows, maybe not, I don't know. But there is a possibility that we could. And also, there's possibility of even new venues to go to next year, which I'm really looking forward to.
We've got a good one for you.
Say, Needmore is...
It's a little bit of a drive.
Interesting. Yes. Yeah. It was a beautiful venue. I foresee a lot of I was lucky enough to talk to the fire chief, and I don't know what the other woman was there that was talking. They have big plans there, and if they can follow through with it, get all the electricity run, and then some pavilions and stuff like that.
Bleachers.
That
And,
place, yeah. Well, I don't
if
think
they
they're
even,
going to do
if
bleachers
they
quite
really
yet.
don't need it. I mean, they could do
Yeah.
what Dragon Motorsports does on that high side, and sell pickup truck spots for the season. I would definitely try that. I know it's very successful at Dragon Motorsports Park, and that's something that they can think about. But the only the road in there is a little tight.
Oh my golly.
It's a little tight for a semi truck, and I'm sure they know that, and I'm sure the future holds road widening here. I would certainly hope.
Yeah.
Because I mean, truck and trailer, pickup truck with an open trailer can get through there pretty good, but I can see where a semi, I know the Moores were in there 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I am sure it was tight for him. So
Well, they said they were rubbing their fuel tanks there going from the road to the driveway,
okay,
or from the driveway to the road. Yeah, it was.
And I was worried about bootlegger at our place.
yeah.
Oh no, he'd have never made it.
No,
I could have
no
laid
way.
under bootlegger's truck when he came to the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would definitely. There's no way that bootlegger setup's getting in there, but I commend them. They got something nice there. If they can just work on the road, some lighting, which it's only had 2 shows at the place, so it's coming. I know it's coming, and obviously the people there are hungry for motorsports, so
And that's like us. I mean, we're gonna try to make some changes this year. We want to actually make it even brighter on the track, get some more lights to make it even brighter. I mean, me personally, I think we probably have one of the best lit tracks in the area, but we want to make it even brighter. My goal is to make it almost like a stadium where there's no shadows, no nothing, no dark spots. I want to be all fancy.
There you go.
But no, we also want to look into getting bleachers, like bigger bleachers to put on the announcer stand side too. So you got a bunch of seating on that side while you leave the hill open for all those spectators to sit on their vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, bleachers are a good thing, and it would help you. I know Temple, when he first started, well, after his park was open and running, he got a deal. It was a dirt track, Susquehanna, I think, maybe. One of them up here was closing or got sold or something, and he went up and actually bought several sections of bleachers up there at an auction. Of course, they're tore down. You got to haul them down and put it all together, but substantial savings in money, and he used them for years now. See, he's done some upgrades since then, but they more than paid for themselves. Maybe you get a happy sponsor to help you throw you some money to get some good aluminum bleachers or something sometime.
Well, very true, because this year with the way the year went, we were not expecting much, but the sponsors, I couldn't believe the amount of sponsors we've had this year.
That's good.
We've gained. My goal is to eventually fill the whole track length full of banners on the walls. And we're already halfway there. And hell, last year I think we only had maybe like 15 banners. Now we're up to like 40 banners on each side.
That's good. You treat them right, and they'll keep coming back.
Yep.
Treat them right, get their name out there.
That's what I like to do for them. I said, whatever you do for us, I want to give back to you in return.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You see me look, didn't you? I was getting ready to do it. She beat me to it.
Like, what the world?
Yeah. It's kind of cool that it was held so we could do something with it. You have them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was spam or maybe a foreign language. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I'm already confused.
Oh, it's on our chat.
Yeah, on the live chat, there
chat.
was a very interesting message that Yeah, we
Now I
just hit
want to
it.
know.
Yeah. No, well,
Well,
I,
no, it
I
like
couldn't
wasn't
read it.
English. So yeah.
I don't know what it
Oh.
was. I sure as heck couldn't read it. Well, that's good, Joey. That's you guys were kind of a savior for a lot of pullers, especially the New York guys. I'm really surprised there weren't more New York guys come down, but I think your open classes were really well. 10 Open was pretty good there for a while, and I noticed you obviously split the mods from the ag style tractors, which was probably a good thing, I think, because once you split them, they were both still well supported.
Yeah, and I think the reason behind that was because the amount of vehicles we were getting. I was like, hey, look, to give a better show, to give a better showing for the class, because obviously in the open class the sled is set for those modified guys.
Right.
Those modified guys are going to put a little bit of distance on the tractors, because the tractors going to have to run harder, and the guys don't really want to have to run their tractors hard for that class. So
Right.
I was like, hey, look, if we split them, we're still going to get the same numbers. It's just going to put on a better show. And that's what we did, and everyone seemed to love it. They loved it. So
I thought it was a good idea to make two classes out of it. Yeah, absolutely. Now I remember, I'm going to tell you how old I am. Back in the day at the Buck, before you all were born, we used to run a couple of different open classes, and modifieds didn't always win. Believe me, there's the old school super stocks were right there with them and right past them. So you couldn't pick a winner from week to week. You couldn't tell if a good modified was going to win or a good super. It was really tough. They had 12 open, 9 open at the Buck. It just depended. And usually 2 or 3 classes for each tractor to run in, and then an open class. It used to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun in them days.
That was back when everyone went to pull 5-6 times a night instead
Yeah,
of just
and
one time.
threw a lot of weights. People threw a lot of weights back in the day. But it's fine tuned, and everything's run on kill pretty much now. Which, hey, they put on a great show. I know a lot of people don't want to run twice. I understand, and if I had that kind of money invested, I'd have to probably join the brigade there. So,
but I'm not going to rule that class out for next year. I mean, there's a possibility we could still run the open class, but I mean, if I personally would love to try to do a 2-day event again next year. We were really successful, and I think everyone loved it. And I think most likely we'll do it again, and we'll end up splitting the class up again during the 2 nights, because it'll give something different each night.
You feel how warm the weather still is, right? In late October.
Oh God, I really hope we had a weekend like we did this past year. That was amazing.
My hint was late October to you, is what I'm saying.
Why late October?
Because it gives some of us more chances to go to more events.
Say running the same as like Lincoln Speedway.
Lincoln Speedway, Miller's Tavern. That didn't involve you, but
hey, we've had this date for the past 3 years now. I claim it.
Come on now.
We claim it.
I'm just picking on you.
All the guys that came, like I said, all the big name guys like Beasley's, they loved it. They want to come back. I talked with Van Hazley, I think, for 2 hours after the pool Saturday night. He said he loved it here. He said that was one of the best tracks he pulled on. Good. And he wants to come back. So having guys like that say stuff like that and want to come back next year just makes me want to do bigger and better things too.
Do you have you think you have I mean, you have plenty of room there. You got more filled there, I think, than on the other side of the driveway. How much of that do you have to use?
Oh, we had about half of that to go still.
Okay.
We have another field down by the barn to go. We can make it work. We got 60 some acres.
Well, I'm just saying you could put like a puller swap meet or something like that in there too, for companies like a Hazley Machine, Shy Diesel to come in, set up a booth. You see what I'm getting at? You sell a vendor spot,
Yeah, I actually wanted to try to do something like that, but I think my goal first was to get noticed, because no one really knew who we were till this year now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after this year, everyone kind of knows, oh, this is them. They're
Yeah.
a lot bigger than what you think.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to have your big 2-day event again, which obviously you are, it's just food for thought. If that's something, to work into the venue somewhere, you know what I mean? Because nobody else here does that. Think about that. So, other than Keystone.
Yeah.
Other than Keystone.
Hey, I mean, if I'm not trying to say Keystone's not going to happen, but if it didn't happen and we had a really, really, really nice weekend like we did last year, tractor pull outside maybe.
Oh, I got you. I got you. You never know. You never know.
That would be hard to plan, though. You know what I mean?
They would have to be like last minute kind of thing and be like, hey, guys, look, this weekend.
We do enough last minute with Keystone the way it is. Believe me.
I'm thinking there's enough last minute going on with Keystone. Last
that was
thing
like us.
is location change.
Well, that was like us with the last minute thing there for the first pull of the year, going from May 30th to June 6th. Whole last minute thing. Hey, here's a week notice. You're pulling next weekend. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a little stressful because I was like, some of the guys were like, well, are you going to get the numbers that you had figured for May 30th? And I'm like, well, no, but I can still guarantee you 100 hooks.
Yeah, but we're talking 400 for Keystone.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say we had to have 400 hooks.
No, I'm saying like to reschedule Keystone last minute. That would be,
Yeah, because you have people that do travel. Some people travel considerably, and
all the Canadian guys and stuff like that. That'd be
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you'd probably end up with about half as many. You'd probably end up about 100, 150 at the most, I think. But let's get through the first meeting first to see what happens. Yeah, 100 is plenty. Trust me. 100.
Yeah, I'm getting messages you should be getting, JR.
What's that?
I said I'm already getting people asking me if Keystones is happening. I'm like, dude, I have no clue.
Trust me, every day I get them every day, and I did put the post on the Keystone Facebook page. Till we have a meeting, I don't have an answer for anybody yet. So we got our fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. It's up to you know who. So.
Yep. The worst part about having the event in a state-owned building.
Yeah. That's even the private venue. That indoors thing right now, as of right now, is very questionable. Because of the amount of people, and to try to get everybody to social distance, mask, and of course I preached it all summer long. Anybody can wear a mask, and indoors you would have to. I mean, you would have to. So how do you enforce it? Because it only takes one person to say the hell with that mask or put it in their pocket and just forget to put it on. We all do it. I'm guilty of it. And one official walks in, boom, you're shut down. So it's just things to think about. So not trying to be a downer here, but I'm positive. I want to go pulling. I want to go pulling in March. I want this thing to take off and go. We just got to put our heads together on a table here in the next couple of weeks and see what we can come up with. So,
and I think if I saw right, the only event that has canceled at the farm show complex is the farm show, because Motorama and all that stuff is still on.
There's been another one.
There's been another one that was just canceled. So it's
really?
Sportsman Show, I think you call it, or whatever. Jimmy told me this morning.
Not called a sportsman show.
I forget what it is.
Mid-February, I think.
Yeah.
That hunting and fishing one.
That might be it. But yeah, it was just canceled. So we'll see. Chins are still up here, so we'll see what happens. 55 minutes. What do we talk about? I'm kidding.
Hey, if you really want to, you can always go live for a banquet, and everyone can watch our banquet too.
I can be honest with you. My cell service up there is horrible, so I doubt I'm going to be able to do that.
What at
Well,
up
of course,
at Union County area?
he'll have he'll probably have internet there around his place. So, is that what you're talking about?
Anything? Yeah,
I don't know. We could
it's
do
an
that.
idea.
I mean, is this going to be a suit and tie affair, or I'm just kidding?
Ain't nothing like a suit. I ain't wearing no suit and tie. I'll probably wear a nice pair of jeans and a nice button down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have company stuff on. I'm looking forward to it. I gotta talk to Tanner. I'm gonna have a carload, so he's gonna have to drive himself. I'm not gonna be able to haul him up there. So
We had about 150 people last year, and
Okay.
they all really loved it. They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, we weren't expecting the banquet to be this much fun, and I was like, well, when you're a young kid and you grow up playing sports every year, and you go to like 3-4 sports banquets every year, you learn how to make it a good banquet.
yeah, you do. I've been to every kind of venue. I've been to obviously East Coast since 2004. I'm sorry, since 2001. Of course, that's always kind of a little dressier. But Interstate's always they used to go to their banquets all the time. They've since moved, I think, to Mount out there, right, Kendra?
Yes.
Yeah. But theirs was, kind of laid back, and I'm sure that's the way Snyder County will be. Temple's Dragon Motorsports, they always had the best food. Leon Nixon catered. Leon Nixon's got a catering service. Man, oh man, the catfish. I don't eat fish, fried fish, but man, I don't know what he does, but his catfish and chicken is second to none, man. It's amazing. But I haven't been down there in a while, but I'm sure he still caters that. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, if you ask Tommy Bedger, he'll tell you you can eat like a horse at our banquet.
So I take he's been there then, huh?
Yeah, he was at last year and he loved it.
Okay. Yeah, Tommy.
So
like I
came
said,
up to Daryl's pools a lot last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He did, and this year with him, I think he was broke. That's why he wasn't up.
Yeah, he broke at the early Laurelton show.
Yeah, that's why I figured.
When he rehooked and it made a mess of several things. I think it broke an input shaft, and of course that took rods and this and that and everything else. So that was the end of his season. And he has some health stuff going on with his back and neck still. And being a truck driver, it's probably about time. Shouldn't bring it up. It's probably about time for him to retire from truck driving. So, but got to pay the bills.
Don't tell him that.
No, we talk about it all the time. He agrees with me, but you got to pay the bills. You got to have insurance, and so that's why he's still trucking. But, yeah, that's coming up here in 2 weeks, right, Joey?
2 weeks, November 14th.
November 14th. Yeah, I've got it right down here. So, yeah, we'll definitely be there. We'll come up a little early, and I will have a couple tailgate. I ain't gonna talk about it on here, but I'm gonna bring a few things up, and people are welcome to come and watch, buy whatever they want. So, we'll just
like I said, your videos will be playing all night long while we're eating, and then once we get to the award ceremony, we'll do some pictures and videos and awards and make it all nice and fancy.
There's that video word again. What are you trying to tell me, Joe? Are you putting me to work?
Well, I meant like I'll have videos pre-made already to.
Yeah, no, I know that.
For
I know
slides.
That. Okay. I thought you meant. Okay, never mind.
No, like it'll be all slideshows.
Gotcha. I'll do that for East Coast. That's a lot of work, actually.
Like what I did last year, I would have a picture of everyone in the class, and once we got the top three each get an award in the class.
Mm-hmm.
So then picture will pop up, and then while they're walking up, it's playing a polling video of them, and then once they get to the stage, then we'll go to the next one.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we actually what we would do is we read the names off to the champion. Of course, the champion would walk to the stage and stop while everybody else was on stage waiting for him to get there. And that's when my clip would start playing. and then it was like 3 different clips, and then some photos, and then a thing at the end, like a champion collage thing at the end. So that's pretty neat stuff. But it does take some time to put together.
Yeah. I think it took me at least 3-4 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got the video clips like NTPA and Lucas Oil Champions Tour does to make them all real fancy.
Well, mine ain't quite that long and fancy, but they're decent. They're good enough. I ain't heard no complaints yet. So, yeah, it's not that hard if you got a good editing program.
Well, you need to send me one because I only got one, and I'm about to hang it up.
What do you have?
Fillmore, or whatever, however you say it.
What is it called?
Filmora or something like that.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's much better ones out there than that.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
This was a basic one because I'm a basic man.
What I use is pretty simple. It's got a lot of depth in the program itself, but we'll discuss that. I don't want to start advertising free companies here, but they're not free. You would have to buy the software, but
well, I had to buy this one.
Okay, Windows Movie Maker or whatever it is now, Windows 10, whatever they call it. That's not too bad either. I actually started on Windows Movie Maker, believe it or not, before I went to high def and everything. And then that's when I had to get into better software because of the high definition video. But now I think today's Windows 10 will handle high definition now with their Windows Movie Maker, I think.
For all my videos I used to ever make before I got a laptop and that software and my camera, all I used to do was GoPro videos and use the stupid cheap movie app that came on my phone.
Yeah. They'll get you by, but the program I use, it takes a little getting used to. It's not real hard, but it's very good. It's very, like I say, you can go do a lot of deep editing. It just depends how fancy you want to get. And I still don't do all that. There's so much stuff I don't even know about the program, but I don't need it. What I do, I don't really need a lot of that other stuff yet.
My goal is to eventually be able to have enough money to go around, buy enough equipment that I can go around to all the pullers shops and kind of do like a bio on them, like a puller's bio and stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to do.
Better have a good job.
Or win the lottery.
Yeah. It's it's the travel. That's the expense. The time you got to take off work, the travel. You can get decent equipment. You just got to shop around for it. The video equipment and stuff. But you don't have to have the latest greatest. Trust me. I don't have the latest greatest, and I'm more than happy with how clear my videos are. So now, I could buy better, but not everybody has. I could buy 4K. The only thing I'm lacking is 4K. I can go buy a 4K camera tomorrow, but not everybody has 4K TVs. If you're looking at selling DVDs or be Blu-rays, not everybody has a Blu-ray player. So now 4K is good for YouTube and stuff like that. Yes, but I'm not looking at it right. I can't really see a huge difference between my high def and 4K. So, just my opinion. But I will one day. I will go to 4K. It's coming. It's ultimately it will happen because everybody will have 4K eventually. So, it's coming.
My goal is just to produce better videos than ESPN does.
Absolutely. We're at an hour and 4 minutes. Just saying. Go ahead. Keep talking. You're welcome to talk, Joey.
Oh, I just said I got high goals for what I do here.
That's good. Shoot for the stars, man. Shoot for the stars. That's what you got to do. Don't quit now. Don't quit now. Anyway, don't everybody talking once here.
I was just can't believe that we made it to an hour with really nothing to talk about.
I always find something. Let's talk about Interstate real quick before we do sign out of here. I don't know what you can release information wise. I know you had some meetings here recently, and I don't know what you can release, or if you're still undecided on some things, or
There wasn't any really big news out of the Mod Turbo meeting. Um, a lot of things were discussed, but the class decided that where we're at is where we're at, and nobody was really interested in opening up quite the big can of worms that certain things would have brought. We'll just leave it at that.
Right.
So,
okay.
anybody that knows anything about the Mod Turbo class, I'm sure they can figure it out. Some of the rule changes that were proposed, there's already a class out there running all of those rule changes.
Okay.
And the
Yeah. We'll leave it.
we'll
We'll leave
leave
it there. I understand. I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
But the light limiteds did not have a meeting this year. There just really wasn't any changes anybody thought needed to be made. So why try to go through the stress of getting everybody together? I do know that there are some changes coming in the modified truck class. Or I'm sorry, the mini mod classes.
Okay.
But I don't know enough about them yet. We'll have to wait till the rule change meeting to see if they even go through. Plus, I'm a smoky tractor girl, not one of those loud engine girls. So, we'll wait and see.
But it's all a part of interstate, Kendra.
It is.
All
it is.
counts.
So once I get my full knowledge next week, I'll be sure to relay that back.
You don't have to. I was just thinking if there was anything exciting to report. So.
No, not really.
Like Fern's going to build his 10th tractor or anything? Or?
No. No, because Kendra's not getting her CDLs, so no more.
Gotcha.
But no, I think everybody's really looking forward to this winter. Got a couple ideas they all want to try out through listening to the guys talking these last couple weeks. I think everybody's ready for winter pulling. Hopefully we have some winter pulling. I know Gordyville's still on, so I'm ready for that.
Yeah, there's a plan A and a plan B for that. I just talked to Clint via text 2 days ago. He's very, very busy farming in the field right now, so.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I told him when he gets caught up to give me a shout back, so see what's happening.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people really looking forward to going out there.
Yep.
Get back to normal.
Yeah, I'm thinking, once he gets his farming done here, maybe somewhere later in November, maybe December, we're going to get him on here maybe and talk about Gordyville.
Good deal.
I would
love that.
Sooner the better, and then obviously when he has more information he can share.
Yep.
With what's going to happen, but I know there's a plan B just in case I don't know what it is, and we'll let him discuss that. So.
Yeah, I'd heard that too. So and all that I've heard people say is, well, hopefully he doesn't make us drive to Timbuktu, and I'm like, I doubt we have to go that much further.
I don't know where else. There's some other venues. I know one's a whole lot further away, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. We'll have to let him.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. So, but I know Cloverdale was canceled for NTPA's indoor winter event. That was canceled. So that just gun it, man. It's got to stop, man. It's crazy. Got to stop.
But
we gotta get back to regular life.
To report. Okay. Have our final board meeting next Friday, so I'll have more to report after that. Definitely. So not next week's show, but the following week, I'll have all the rule changes and everything like that to go over. So.
Sounds good. If they want them gone over, that's fine. If they would just prefer not to have it public, that's fine. We understand that too. So.
Oh well, it'll all be posted to the website. So.
Okay. Well then, we can talk about it here then.
All the changes are final, so might as well get the word out.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I really don't have. I gotta talk to Terry. I've been very busy with stuff, and I gotta talk to Terry and find out what's going on with East Coast. I think, like, I'm pretty sure we had a small points series. So I've yet to figure out who. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, I guess, who the champions are, but I just want to make sure if I come and say this guy won this lady won that, blah blah blah. So I want to make sure. I just got to sit down, call him, and for about 10 minutes, or just have him come on and let him have at it. So
Yep.
that might be the better thing to do. So if he can, because I know he's busy too with work and stuff. So. But we'll make something happen here very soon. Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week that's what we can go over is East Coast stuff. So
Yep. Maybe we can talk about that P-pump class, huh?
Hey.
Hey.
It was funny, like, because of course that's our first rule is going over pumps, heads, everything like that.
Of course.
And, how our rule change meetings work is I have the rule sheet in front of me and I read first rule and, is there any amendments, changes, or anything like that people would like to make? And of course it all started. And
I had to stir the pot a little bit.
yeah, I
No
forget
offense to anybody.
yeah, I forget who started who asked, but they're like, and what rule number are we on at 45 minutes of discussion later?
Well,
but it was all a very good discussion, and I wish that I could have 45 minutes to discuss everything that was brought up. And
yeah,
and it was just
Hey, there was 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was 45 minutes of.
I said you had 45 minutes. I mean, I didn't have to talk the whole time.
But with having so many experienced pullers in the mod turbo class, I mean, you look at Guy Gokenauer, and he's been pulling in the class since 1990, like 3 or something.
One of the original members.
Established, yeah.
Him and Toby are actually part of, I guess, the crew that formed that class, really. So.
Yeah. So, you have them guys that have been around pulling for 30 years and have seen where other people have gone and know that, making one rule change doesn't mean you're only changing one thing.
Right.
It means you're changing the head, the pump, the turbos, and then you have to get more safety equipment. And then, do you go from an ag chassis to a component chassis? No. And, you're opening up a huge can of worms by making one little change. And you have to decide, is that what's best for the class? That's
just, the cost can go through the roof as soon as you start. And I understand why guys want to run a component chassis, but I'm probably going to hang myself here. I don't want anybody to get mad at me, but there's classes for it, and there's classes that I think should just not worry about it. So,
and that's kind of like something, it's no secret. It's all over pull off that, the mod turbo class is seen as, the class that doesn't want people to play in their sandbox or whatever those people say.
And I don't even hardly, other than my message board occasionally, which is dead, and that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I do have advertisers on there, and it still gets plenty of views. But those other message boards, I don't spend nowhere near the time I used to on them.
But it's one of those things where, we're not claiming to be a nationally recognized organization.
Right.
If people want to go out and run the PPL circuit or the NTPA circuit, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not what Interstate is. And we are very fortunate.
You're a state regional group.
Yeah. Yeah.
East Coast Pullers is a state regional group, for PPL. I mean, we're not Champions Tour, Now our tractors can go run it. Our tractors can go run it, our pro stocks and stuff, but that's a different. There again, that's a class you can have ag or component chassis with.
Yeah.
Light Pro is a tractor, 540 with a P pump. You can go anywhere in the country and run. Okay. Now you can't run Interstate, but Interstate can certainly come right along, which they did, and run with us, and some tractors do quite well. So why mess with it? That's what I'm saying with your mod turbo class. It's not broke.
Yeah.
It's not broke.
Yeah.
So
we have the tractors to support it.
Yep.
You know, and the guys that are there have been around forever. So until there's an issue and until, you know, like I still had in 2019, I think we still had like 30 some tractors that sign up with our organization.
Mm-hmm.
That's to me there's not a problem. You know, like and I don't get it. You know, and
No.
I know that I'm biased. I know that you know, that I'm impartial to them
You're
guys.
just so interstate.
Yeah. But you know what? We're okay with it.
That's right. That's all
And
that
as long
matters.
as everybody within the organization is okay with it,
Yep.
then what?
Everybody's competitive. You can't
Yeah,
really pick a tractor from week to week who's going to win the class. Like limited turbo is the
exactly.
same way. I mean, you can lean towards a
Yep.
blue tractor, but
Hmm.
hey, the day's coming. You know, the day's coming. It's going to be any color. You know, I mean, Ben
Yep.
Flaherty can certainly jump right in there and take a win, and that's just one that comes to the top of my head. I know there's others.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, like when Steve Flint, when they come to run with
yep,
us, you know,
absolutely,
Karen Bean, he's finished up there in the top
yep,
three multiple times.
yep,
You, we are a very competitive organization, and I mean, we're not brush pulling, but you know, we're a step in between the two.
right.
And you need those clubs out there that are the in between clubs.
Mm-hmm. I
And
agree.
we have some great places that we go pulling, and I understand why people would want to come pull with us at those places.
Right. See? I mean, Indian clubs that just gave us 17 minutes of talk time or
Yeah.
13 minutes of talk time. See there how simple that went?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to get
Yep.
on my little
Nope.
soapbox there, but
That's okay. That's why we're here, you know.
yep.
But that's all I have to say. I'm not cutting anybody off by any means. If anybody has something they would like to talk about, speak now. Forever hold your yodel till next week.
Yeah. Yep.
We had a social studies teacher in high school. It was his
Mhm.
favorite saying: "Speak now or forever hold your yodel." Mr. Walker. Yep. Well,
Nope. Yep. I'm all done with my soapbox there for Interstate. So
I will take this weekend and I will call up our Terry or John Smith and figure out what's going on. And that would be entertaining to get them both on here. John Smith has never been on here. And that's partially my fault. And I just might make him come on here if he will. But I don't know if he will. All I can do is ask, I guess. But
Yep.
we'll get him on here, and or at least I'll get on the landline with them if they're busy and they can't do it, and I can get some good, solid, positive information that we can share and see where East Coast is headed for 2021. So hopefully to the pulling track near you. So
Yeah.
but I know we'll be pulling. I just hopefully the states open up and we can have some fun next year. So
Most definitely.
yeah, Joey, my friend,
Yeah.
you all done? You got anything else you'd like to talk about, or?
Nope. I'm just sitting here looking through a magazine right now.
I'm
Don't
not
worry.
entertaining,
Okay.
huh?
Well,
It
I
has
have.
tractors in it. I got distracted by DJ's desk here and was looking
Ah,
through a tractor magazine.
I got you. I got you. Well, I got ice cream waiting for me, so I'm gonna.
Oh, well, you better get going then.
Oh man, you bet. So, well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a little bit off the wall, but we'll probably try to have somebody from East Coast on here next week. We'll have somebody on here, even if it's just me and Kendra. We'll obviously we can fill up. Here's an hour and 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, get the word out, ring the bell, thumbs up, man. We appreciate everything you guys do to support us. And as of right now, it's Tuesday. Next Tuesday is the 3rd, isn't it?
Yep.
Voting day. Well, we're going to be here we'll be here at 8 p.m. I know that for a fact. So wait a minute.
On that
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday is the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 4th. So I'm pretty sure we won't have a Keystone meeting that night. If it does, we'll be here Thursday, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the following week. So, because I know somebody that cannot make it that night. So, but anyway, I'm not going to rattle on anymore. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll. The video just played. I didn't get a chance to watch it. The promo video I made for the upcoming, and keep an eye out for that coming to YouTube and DVD sales here soon. I'm gonna start editing here probably. I'll probably start next week on that winner take all Generation Motorsports dirt drag race. It was quite a good time, and I tell you what, Chet and the crew they got it down, man. They do a hell of a job. I was very impressed. I know they got a few hot heads here and there they got to deal with, but
door slammers.
they got their act together. Yeah, door slammers. Yeah. They got their act together. I was very impressed. Once they get their laser set up, the Christmas tree and everything, man, it's boom, 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 boom. They're ready to rock, and it works really well. So I was very impressed, and I look forward to working with them again. So with that said, hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. And guys, I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.